Hello collectors, this is Joseph Prodzik with Statue Review. Welcome to my collection. This is my very first collection update, and my collection room is very much a work in progress. I started collecting in 2013, and I've gone from bookshelves to bestas, and I've rearranged it quite a few times. Every time I see someone else's collection video, it gives me some new ideas for my own. I hope this video might give you some ideas for your collection. Maybe you'll even see a piece or two that you were on the fence about that now you're going to pick up. As you can see, I've gone with the black-brown bestas from IKEA for my main display. I originally had cheap bookshelves from Target, but I've learned a thing or two over the past 2 years, and I really like the stuff from IKEA. It's relatively inexpensive and pretty easy to put together. I went with 2 different sizes as I wanted to leave some wall space, as I like having some wall art in my collection too. I do plan on adding some glass doors and lights sometime in the future. Now let's take a closer look at my statues. The left side of my collection is the Marvel side. I only have a couple of pieces so far, but a lot more are going to be added very soon. We'll start at the top with the J. Scott Campbell Spider-Man. I really like this piece, and I'm disappointed I didn't get MJ and Gwen, but I have ordered Black Cat to display with him. I'm also really looking forward to adding the new Sideshow Spidey next year. Below Spidey is Captain America Allied Charge on Hydra. I was originally unsure about this guy, but I got him for a good price, and I am really glad that I did. On the bottom, I have the Punisher Premium format. You'll notice he's headless right now, as I'm having it repainted. The face was just a little bit too dark for me. Frank is displayed with Amazing Spider-Man number 129, which was his first appearance. Next to that is my Mass Effect cabinet, which will probably be moved once more pieces arrive. I have a model of the SR2 Normandy, Commander Shepard from Sideshow, and Garrus from Gaming Heads. Commander Shepard was the first statue I ever ordered from Sideshow. I didn't know about regular and exclusive versions then, and so this one is just a regular, which is fine as my Shepard never wore the helmet that came with the exclusive. Below him is Garrus from Gaming Heads, which I really like. I'll also be adding Liara and Tali to this collection soon. In the center of my display is my Star Wars collection. I have the Master Replicas Anakin Skywalker lightsaber from Revenge of the Sith, which I plan to display with the Anakin and Vader premium formats from Sideshow. Below that is Chewbacca and Darth Malgus from Star Wars The Old Republic. Malgus is probably my favorite Star Wars piece. His head sculpts are both crazy good. On the bottom of this cabinet is Savage Opress from the Clone Wars animated series, which is another piece that I really like. Next to this cabinet is the Stormtrooper Commander, which my wife gave me for my birthday. He's all by himself because his base is so huge and I couldn't fit him next to Savage Opress. This piece isn't one of my favorites, but I had to have a Stormtrooper as part of my Star Wars collection, and he's a little more unique than the standard white version. I'll be moving the Star Wars collection soon too, as I'll need more room to add Cody, Boba, and Vader. The right side of my display is what I call the Gotham cabinet. On top I have a couple of CGC comics as well as Nightwing and the first appearance Batman from Kotobukiya. I've been thinking about expanding this collection to include the other members of the Bat family, as well as the recently announced San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Alfred. In the top cabinet is probably my favorite statue in my collection. Batman was one of my first pieces from Sideshow, and when it arrived it blew me away. I almost canceled him a few times as I wasn't really sure about spending so much money on a statue, but once I got Batman I was hooked, and it was a real turning point for me in this hobby. On the second shelf is the Catwoman premium format. She turned out well for me with her eyes and butt. They're both not as good as they could be, but I don't have any major complaints. Below her are Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. Ivy turned out really well and the paint is great. Harley Quinn I really love. I think Sideshow captured her perfectly. You may notice that I am missing the Joker. My wife purchased one from eBay for me on Christmas, but he arrived broken, and I haven't pulled the trigger on another one yet, but I'm sure at some point I will. Here is some of my Gotham wall art from Greg Horn. On the right side of my room, I have a couple of Detolfs from IKEA, as well as a pedestal with the Terminator. While Commander Shepard was the first statue I ever ordered, the Terminator was the first statue that I actually received. I had ordered both Commander Shepard and Batman before ordering the Terminator, but I was a little bit impatient waiting for those two and decided to pick up one of my all-time favorite characters. I actually saw this movie in the theater when I was 5 years old, and I think it is a phenomenal piece. On the first shelf of the Detolf, I have Batman from Kotobukiya, which I think is a great piece, especially for the price. Some people don't like PVC, but for $100, I'm pretty happy with him. Below Batman is the Gotham City Garage Catwoman from DC Collectibles and sculpted by Gentle Giant. I really like this one as Catwoman is incredibly detailed and damned sexy on that motorcycle. Below Catwoman is the Michael Keaton Batman from Sideshow. I might have been a little bit hard on this piece in my review, but I think the score was correct and I am happy to have him. The Detolf on the right starts with Sir Galahad from the Order 1886 Collector's Edition, a game which I really enjoyed. He shares a shelf with Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero Snake from Gecko, which is a fantastic piece. You can check out my full review of him on my channel. I then have Pinhead and the Cenobites, as well as Metallica from McFarlane Toys. I don't really collect McFarlane stuff anymore, but I've had these around for a while. Here is my Ninja Turtle shelf. I have a nice signed Kevin Eastman print. This is also where I used to have the Sideshow Ninja Turtles, but I couldn't resist their selling price and eventually sold them off. They would be replaced later this year with the set from Big Smile. Here's my collection of Ninja Turtle graphic novels and the Revoltech Ninja Turtles action figures. I haven't yet taken the Revoltech Ninja Turtles out of the box, and I don't know if I honestly ever will. I should have got a second set because they are pretty articulate and you can display them in a variety of fun ways. On the bottom shelf you can see my collection of Marvel graphic novels. Finally, we have my Batman shelf. I'll start up top with my Court of Owls and Death of the Family collector sets. Below them I have 3 full shelves of the Greg Capullo Designer Series action figures. Wouldn't really consider myself an action figure collector, but sometimes I can't resist buying Batman pieces. I do have to figure out a better way to display them though. Here is the lightsaber and robe for Anakin Skywalker, which I purchased a few months ago. He's been sent out for paint and repair as he didn't arrive in one piece. Here is where I keep my Batman and DC graphic novels. Finally, I have some more figures from Batman the Animated Series, as well as some figures from Batman Arkham Knight. Here I'll show you some more of my wall art. I have a autographed Pinhead photo by Doug Bradley, some Mass Effect art, and some Star Wars wall art which I still need to put up. I'll probably put those up once I rearrange the Star Wars collection. I hope you enjoyed this look at my collection. Please let me know what you think in the comment section, and also let me know if there is something in my collection you would like me to post a video on. I do plan on posting an update every few months, so be sure to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date on my collection and all of my latest arrivals. You can visit my website, statuereview.com, to see what upcoming pre-orders I will be adding to my collection and creating videos for. This has been Joseph Prodzik for Statue Review. Thanks for watching.